If you're looking for an all-in-one business platform, two names you may have come across are Zoho and Bitrix24. Both platforms offer CRM, sales management, automation, collaboration, project management, and a wide range of other business tools, but they take quite different approaches. So in this video, we're going to compare Zoho versus Bitrix24 and look at pricing, CRM features, project management, automation, AI, integrations, ease of use, customer support, Trustpilot reviews, and ultimately which platform makes more sense for your business. Let's start with Zoho. Zoho is much more than just a CRM. It has built a very large ecosystem of business applications covering CRM, accounting, email, customer support, marketing, HR, projects, analytics, finance, and many other areas. The advantage of this approach is that if you start with Zoho CRM, you can gradually add other Zoho applications as your business grows. Instead of purchasing completely different software from different companies, you can build a large part of your business technology stack within the Zoho ecosystem. Zoho CRM itself offers different additions and increasingly advanced capabilities as you move up the pricing tiers, including automation, customization, analytics, and AI capabilities. Bitrix24 takes a slightly different approach. Rather than focusing primarily on CRM and then expanding through a large ecosystem of separate applications, Bitrix24 tries to put CRM, project management, tasks, communication, collaboration, automation, websites, analytics, and other business functions into one platform. And one of the biggest differences between the two is their pricing structure. Bitrix24 uses a flat organizational pricing model for its paid plans rather than charging separately for every user. Its current basic plan is $69 per organization per month when billed monthly and includes up to 5 users. The standard plan is $144 per month and includes up to 50 users, while the professional plan is $289 per month and includes up to 100 users. Annual billing is cheaper. That can make Bitrix24 particularly attractive for larger teams. For example, imagine you have 40 employees who all need access to the platform. With a traditional per-user pricing model, your software bill can increase every time you add another employee. With Bitrix24, you can have up to the number of users included in your plan without paying an additional per-user fee within that limit. Zoho generally follows a more traditional per-user model for its applications. That can be attractive for smaller businesses because you can start with a smaller number of users and scale as needed. So when it comes to pricing, I would say Bitrix24 has a particularly strong advantage for larger teams, while Zoho can offer more flexibility for smaller businesses that want to start with a limited number of users and applications. Now, let's talk about CRM. Zoho CRM is one of the company's strongest products. You can manage leads, contacts, accounts, deals, sales pipelines, workflows, reports, dashboards, and customer interactions. Zoho also provides extensive customization options, which can be particularly useful if your sales process is more complicated than a simple lead to customer journey. You can customize fields, modules, workflows, dashboards, and other parts of the CRM depending on the plan you're using. Bitrix24 also has a powerful CRM. You can manage leads, contacts, companies, deals, sales pipelines, forms, communication, automation, and sales activities. But the big advantage of Bitrix24 is how closely the CRM connects with the rest of the platform. For example, a salesperson can manage a customer in the CRM, create a task, communicate with colleagues, move the customer into a project, track activity, and manage other work without necessarily moving into several different applications. So if you're primarily looking for a powerful and customizable CRM, I would give Zoho the advantage. But if you want your CRM to be part of a much larger business workspace, Bitrix24 becomes extremely attractive. Now let's talk about project management and collaboration. This is one of Bitrix24's strongest areas. The platform includes tasks, Kanban boards, Gantt charts, calendars, chat, video calls, time tracking, and other collaboration capabilities. This means that Bitrix24 isn't just a CRM. It can become the central workspace for your sales, operations, and project teams. Zoho also has project management capabilities through its broader ecosystem, particularly through Zoho Projects and its other business applications. But Bitrix24 has an advantage if you want CRM and project management to be tightly connected inside the same platform. For a company where sales, project management, communication, and internal collaboration all need to work together, Bitrix24 is definitely worth considering. Now let's talk about automation and artificial intelligence. Both companies have invested heavily in automation and AI. Zoho has Zia, its AI assistant, which is integrated into various parts of the Zoho ecosystem and can help with CRM-related tasks, insights, predictions, automation, and productivity. Bitrix24 also has AI-powered capabilities across areas such as sales, tasks, workflows, and productivity. Its professional plan includes AI-powered sales capabilities, workflow automation, task automation, analytics, reporting, and robotic process automation. The important thing here is that you shouldn't choose a platform simply because it has an AI assistant. You should look at what the AI actually does for your specific workflow. If your priority is CRM intelligence, sales automation, customization, and a large ecosystem of business applications, Zoho is very strong. If you want AI and automation across CRM, tasks, projects, workflows, and collaboration, Bitrix24 offers a very broad package. Now let's talk about integration. Zoho has a major advantage because it has created such a large ecosystem of its own applications. You can connect Zoho CRM with Zoho Books, Zoho Desk, Zoho Campaigns, Zoho Projects, Zoho Analytics, Zoho Marketing Automation, and many other products. This means that if you want to expand your software stack over time, there is a good chance that Zoho already has a product designed for that particular business function. Bitrix24 also supports integrations and has a marketplace and API capabilities, but its philosophy is somewhat different. Instead of requiring you to connect many separate applications, Bitrix24 tries to provide many of those functions directly inside its platform. So I would describe the difference like this. Zoho gives you a large ecosystem of specialized business applications. Bitrix24 gives you a large all-in-one workspace. Now let's talk about ease of use. Neither platform is what I would call an extremely simple CRM. And that's understandable because both platforms are trying to do a lot. Zoho can become complicated when you start adding multiple applications, advanced automation, custom modules, integrations, and reporting. Bitrix24 can also feel overwhelming because you're dealing with CRM, projects, tasks, communication, websites, automation, analytics, and many other features in the same environment. So if you're looking for a very simple CRM that your team can understand in a few hours, there are probably simpler alternatives available. Now let's talk about customer feedback, and this is where the comparison becomes particularly interesting. Let's look at Trustpilot. At the time of checking, Zoho's Trustpilot profile had a trust score of around 3.9 out of 5 based on more than 6,000 reviews. Trustpilot's review summary shows that many customers appreciate the platform's functionality and ease of use, although there are also complaints relating to customer service, billing, and technical support. Bitrix24's Trustpilot profile is significantly weaker. At the time of checking, Bitrix24 had a trust score of 2.0 out of 5 based on 110 reviews, with 58% of those reviews being one-star reviews. Some recent reviews specifically mention problems with customer support and subscription issues. Now, there is an important caveat here. I wouldn't recommend choosing software purely based post on Trustpilot. Trustpilot reviews are user-generated, and the people who leave reviews aren't necessarily representative of the entire customer base. The number of reviews is also dramatically different between Zoho and Bitrix24. So you shouldn't simply say that Zoho is twice as good because its trust score is almost twice as high. But if we're specifically evaluating publicly available customer sentiment on Trustpilot, Zoho clearly has the advantage right now, and that's something I would take into consideration, particularly if customer support is important to your business. Now let's talk about scalability. Both platforms can support businesses well beyond the very small business stage. Zoho's ecosystem gives you the ability to add more applications and capabilities as your company grows. Bitrix24 allows businesses to add more users by moving into higher plans while keeping the flat organizational pricing structure. Bitrix24's enterprise plans also add capabilities such as larger storage allocations, centralized management, additional security controls, distributed servers, and other enterprise-focused features. So let's quickly summarize the advantages and disadvantages. Zoho's biggest advantage is its enormous business software ecosystem. It has a strong CRM, extensive customization, automation, reporting, integrations, and a wide range of additional business applications. Its main downside is that the ecosystem can become complicated, particularly when you're using several Zoho products together. And because many of its products use per user pricing, your costs can increase as your organization grows. Bitrix24's biggest advantage is its all-in-one approach. You get CRM, tasks, projects, communication, collaboration, automation, analytics, and many other capabilities under one platform. Its flat pricing model can also be extremely attractive for larger teams. The downside is that the huge number of features can make the platform feel complicated, and its current Trustpilot reputation is significantly weaker than Zoho's. So which one should you choose? If your primary requirement is a powerful CRM with extensive customization, automation, integrations, and access to a broader business software ecosystem, I would lean towards Zoho. If your priority is an all-in-one business workspace where CRM, project management, tasks, communication, collaboration, and automation are all combined, Bitrix24 could be the better choice. For a small business that wants to start with CRM and gradually expand into accounting, customer support, marketing, analytics, projects, and other business applications, Zoho is a very compelling option. For a growing team that wants to centralize as many business functions as possible under one platform, Bitrix24 is a very strong alternative. And when we factor in the current Trustpilot sentiment, Zoho gets another advantage. My overall choice for most businesses would be Zoho, particularly if CRM is the primary requirement. But if your company has a larger team and you specifically want CRM combined with project management and collaboration under a single flat rate platform, I would take a very serious look at Bitrix24. Ultimately, the right choice depends on your team size, budget, workflows, integrations, and how much customization you need. Both platforms offer free ways to get started, so before making a long-term commitment, I would recommend testing both with your actual business workflow. Try creating your sales pipeline, adding contacts, setting up automation, assigning tasks, generating reports, and seeing how easily your team can actually use the platform. If you found this comparison helpful, make sure to subscribe to Secure Online for more detailed SaaS software comparisons and reviews. And let me know in the comments, would you choose Zoho or Bitrix24?